Hello and welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your reader, the Gemstar, and this is the weekly tea. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. For your own personal private readings with the Gemstar, visit our website at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site in the description box below. Now, let's have a sip of the weekly tea together. Welcome back, Scorpios, to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, and I'm here to spill your weekly tea. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, my deep, dark, mysterious ones of the zodiac. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, showing your support for this channel. We thank you so much, Scorpios. Let's see what is going on for my Scorpios in their weekly tea this week ahead. Okay, we see Scorpios moving on from the past, moving away from a past energy, going into a more competitive energy, more standing your ground, walking away, standing your ground, Scorpios, fighting for what you believe in. The energy of the King of Pentacles, King of Coins, the energy of justice, karma, justice, fairness, something working out in your favor this week. You're able to walk away from something to get your peace of mind back. Let's see where this tea is going. Knight of Wands, taking action, moving forward, moving away from something that has cost you emotionally, energetically, mentally. Let's get an oracle message from Spirit for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Growth. You're going through growth this week, Scorpios. Let's get into this tea. We have the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the King of Pentacles, Justice, Four of Swords, and Knight of Wands. Scorpios, this week you may be dealing with a cycle of nostalgia, starting with the Six of Cups. So you may be dealing this week with nostalgia, with emotional departure, needing to self-protect. There's some karmic balancing happening this week, some healing, and then Scorpios, a burst of renewed passion or action with this Knight of Wands as conclusion. So we begin with the energy of nostalgia, memories, and past connections at the beginning of the week. Someone thinking about the past or longing for what once was, Scorpios. This may be your energy, or this may be the energy of someone who has you on their mind this week. But someone is definitely here thinking of the past, longing for what once was, being or feeling nostalgic this week. There may be a soul tie connection or an emotional familiarity with someone. And at this time, you may be feeling nostalgic because of the walking away that has occurred or the emotional withdrawal in a situation or a relationship or a connection. You may have had to leave something behind because it no longer fulfilled you, Scorpios. Or this is the energy that you're dealing with this week that you're going to have to confront with and work with this week. Walking away, emotionally withdrawing from something, leaving something behind that no longer is fulfilling you, going in search of something more meaningful. There has been times where you have felt defensive or This week, there's a need to stand your ground, or a feeling of needing to stand your ground, Scorpios. A need to protect yourselves, to assert your position in a situation or in a connection. There's this feeling, Scorpio, in this weekly tea, that there's a need to fight for your emotional space. So there may be a past connection or memories resurfacing, Scorpios, this week, but someone is choosing to walk away, to emotionally detach. And this may be leading to a defensive or a guarded stance from either yourself or from someone else, because someone chooses to walk away, Scorpios. So there's a energy of, I care, but I need to protect myself. Someone chooses to walk away this week because even though they care, they still feel the need to protect themselves, to guard themselves. And this may be your energy this week, Scorpios. You want to bring stability into your life. You want to ground yourselves. You want to focus yourselves on long term stability and security. And there may not be someone this week that shows their emotions easily, but values loyalty. And if you're not receiving that loyalty, if you're not receiving that emotional support or reassurance, you may decide to walk away from a situation or a connection this week, or vice versa, because you're not uh, showing your loyalty or your commitment to a relationship or a connection, or are emotionally invested. You're rather more emotionally detached from someone, Scorpios. They may decide to leave and walk out of your life with this Knight of Wands as the conclusion. But we see that there's an energy of karma this week, a balancing of the scales, being things being set as they should be. So if it should be that you stay separated, then that's how the outcome will stay, because someone decides to continue moving forward. There has been a lot of detaching, letting go, leaving behind, trying to heal after a separation in this weekly tea. So there's situations that are being corrected, that are being brought into alignment, that truth is coming out, that fairness is being done. You will have a time here where you may want to retreat, Scorpio, or someone else is retreating, but this is to emotionally heal after feeling exhausted of giving so much emotionally, right? You have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Cups here. And so someone has given emotionally a lot to something, and deciding that in order for themselves to heal, they must retreat, they must detach in order to regain clarity and emotional balance in their life. You may be the one doing the justice here and the walking away, instead of continuing in investing in something that's not reciprocating, Scorpios. There's a need to hit the reset button, and you may be even going in silence this week just to restore equilibrium. But then you're going to be ready after a time of rest and recuperation with this 4 of Swords, Scorpios. You will then come out moving, shaking with this energy of action and passion, making a return. Someone may be returning into your life to give you closure this week, Scorpios, and maybe moving on after that. You may be giving someone closure this week and moving on after that. That's another message coming through. But this weekly tea is showing that a past connection or emotional memory is still alive between you and someone else, Scorpios. But someone felt or is feeling this week the need to walk away or detach. They've become guarded or defensive, protecting their heart at this point. Um, a more mature energy is going to enter later on or will develop later on as justice is bringing truth and fairness and karmic correction in a relationship or a situation to clear something out and to bring balance into your life. So if an ending has occurred, if an ending is occurring, it's all destined, is meant to be. It's a karmic correction happening at this time. It's out of your control, it's out of their control. This is meant to happen, meant to occur. So you can get that period of silence, you can get that time of healing so that you can come back passionate and taking action once again. So even though there's a past connection here that's holding weight with someone, you or someone else, Scorpio, someone is protecting themselves by walking away. A more stable energy is going to come into your life, maybe even a new person, a new love. It may be a fire sign for some of you, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or you decide to move on to a new connection or just into a new situation. And that's going to bring justice and a rebalancing in the situation. Also, after a period of not hearing from someone, they can make a reappearance this week that causes some disruption, but it's going to create some passionate forward movement. Whether you gain closure or you able to reconcile a situation, this is meant to occur this week where you have an interaction with someone or someone sends you a message or you reach out to someone because there's still emotional ties between you and someone else, and someone here obviously needs some closure or is going through some growth, some truth, some awakening, and they want to discuss this with someone else. Scorpio, you may want to discuss this growth, this truth, this awakening, or someone else has had a change of heart or some truth, some growth has happened, some change has happened. And so a conversation needs to be had this week. But you will be able to leave behind old emotional patterns. You're defending your boundaries this week, Scorpios, or you're dealing with those that are defending their boundaries this week, leaving emotional connections behind. You are stepping into stability and fairness as you leave emotional patterns behind and as you defend your boundaries. You're going to enter an energy by the end of the week, Scorpios, in rest, in healing, to regain your energy, to regain your fire, to regain your motivation. Let's get into your message of growth this week, Scorpios, as you are going to go through an emotional healing, some closure, and some forward movement. Definitely some changes and growth and rebirth happening for Scorpios this week. Let's get into this message of growth. Scorpios, the situation or the time is one of a rapid growth. The seeds that have been planted have been generated and taken root. So if there has been bad seeds planted, that's why even though there was love in a situation, it's no longer, emotionally satisfying, emotionally fulfilling, or reciprocating at this time. And some of you are deciding with the Eight of Cups and this Knight of Wands to move on. And if seeds of love have been planted, then you may be able to reconcile and make amends and move forward with a relationship in a connection. But it will be different this time around because both parties have gone through some type of growth. Go with the flow of this growing time, Scorpios. You may find people and situations falling away from your life as now they do not serve who and what you are becoming. You are growing, you have gone through changes. So there are some relationships, friendships, connections that you have outgrown that have served their purpose and their time in your life, and you are ready to release them. Then this oracle confirms your message for this week ahead of releasing and letting go, feeling nostalgic, still having emotional ties, but still having the strength to move on, heal yourselves, and start over again with a new, fresh perspective and a new growth and knowing. This week, it may be that your vibration no longer resonates with theirs. So it's okay. Wish them well. Be grateful for what they brought to you and you to them, Scorpios, and then send them on their way. That's confirmation. We said there's a conversation happening, someone coming back into your life, or you reaching out to someone for closure, for a final goodbye, for a final farewell, Scorpios, as you close a chapter in your life and you begin a new one, you move forward towards a new one. Room has now been made or will be made this week, Scorpio, for new experiences, people, and situations to help you to your next level. If you are not feeling the shift right now, be prepared because it will soon come to pass. Definitely with this justice, major arcana, this is karma. This is going to happen whether we like it or not. Some relationships and connections will be saved, will be moved forward in your life. You will be taking them forward in your life, but some will be left behind because you've outgrown them, because they're no longer serving you, and you must say goodbye and move forward, even if it is with a heavy heart, even if it is with love that you have to say farewell at this point in your life, in this chapter in your life. It is the end, it is a closure happening. This is karmic justice. It's your reader, the Gemstar. Thank you so much for stopping by, sipping some weekly tea with us. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site, in the description box below. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao.